And we're live. Okay. Hello, hello. Yeah. So this is day 12? 12. I put 12 here. This is day 12 of studying compilers every day until I land a compiler role. Um, Same pile as usual. I want to get today's leetcode daily done. Hopefully a little bit faster than I did last time, because that took a year and a half. And then yeah, we're just gonna keep working through the kaleidoscope tutorial. Last time I got optimizer stuff set up to some degree. Hopefully this time I can get through the JIT section of it and then figure out how I want to handle differing behavior between that um, and just inputting a file through the command line. Staying hydrated because I may be a little bit dehydrated, but anyway. What's here? That's that. Okay. What's the daily today? We're covering more things. Okay. Okay, great. What's the best way to go about this? Then we return the area. Okay, sure. What would the best way to go about this be? So I guess we want like the upper left corner. Hmm. So you can just ignore any horizontal slash vertical space that's just zeros. That feels slow, but I can't really think of any other way to do it initially, so I guess I may as well just start with that at least. Um, Counting is hard. Let's give this a try. Actually, this kind of reminds me of like the sort of spiral problem. Yeah, I guess I could try it like that at least. That makes intuitive enough sense to me. So let's get int width equals grid 0 dot size. I guess we don't need to do it in the spirally way, even. Yeah, okay. We'd probably like pre-compute some sort of sum, even. But how would that work? I guess we could just do it in a really lazy way. Oh, I can't do it like this. 1 second. Mins are 0. Max is grid.size. Min columns is 0. And then max is Hey John, good to see you. Yeah, I'm always tackling the LeetCode daily first because I want to at least pass some semblance of an interview, but as it goes. This is definitely not a great way to do this. And I just realized I have the defaults backwards. That's unlucky. I'm just gonna try and blitz through this. So if I equals if grid I j 0. Then R is being compared to I here. And then here we want to replace with J? C. Oh. Oh, I forgot to return. So we want to return max R minus min R times. Oh wait, but these are internal coordinates. So we need to -1 these. And then we need to add 1 here. Max C minus min C plus 1. Alright, let's see if the solution is like piss slow. Survey says it is piss slow. Okay. How do we do it faster? Apparently we don't do it faster. Okay. That's not particularly helpful. Let's see what the fast people did. Okay. Okay, man. Okay. Love to see it. What the other people that did it quickly do? Uh. Oh, this is slow actually. So I think it's, if I had to guess, then it's optimizing for the continue, which is not really what we want. If I had to guess. Let's give this one a try. Let's see if this is faster. Nope, it's way slower. Okay. Huh. Why is it so slow? I wonder if this ordering actually matters. Yeah, I'm stuck in LeetCode land for now, unfortunately. But give me like 10 minutes and I'll head back to doing meaningful things. Do I just have to run this a lot? Yeah, I'm still an undergrad. I have a year and an extra quarter. If I just keep spamming this, I guess this I guess this keeps getting faster. Oh, I lied. Okay, well I guess there's just a lot of variance, which I guess makes sense. Anyway, that's enough of that. Time to actually do real work. So I've been following LLVM's kaleidoscope tutorial, which is their tutorial for, I guess, getting familiar with the LLVM ecosystem. Kaleidoscope. It's their first language front-end tutorial. So it goes through, like, the parts I've gone through so far are the Lexer, the parser, the AST, and then CodeGen, and then I've added some semblance of optimizer support. JVM. Okay, I might add this to the list. For now, I'm trying to stick to the LLVM ecosystem, because, A, that's largely what I want to work on in the future, and B, I'm doing a couple of research projects that that I'll link in with the LVM ecosystem. So I figured it makes sense to at least try and get familiar with that for now. Let's move this out of the way. Yeah. Okay. One other thing I added was cling format. So let's just cling format everything. Start. Oops. why did I say start? That's not proper English here. Add. Okay, bet. The other small things I did between now and last stream, I made some changes in, I think, this file? Yeah. And then I restructured the directories. So everything just lives in source now because I got annoyed with, I guess, figuring out paths. Anyway. We got through this, we got through this. Okay, JIT compiler. Optimizations, dump it, compile this to assembly, JIT compile. Interesting. By setup, what do you mean by that? These are enter function bodies, but evaluate. Interesting. Oh, this makes sense now. Okay. All my dot files are on my GitHub. Where am I? First try. So my NeoVim stuff lives here, and then this is also where all my Hyperland stuff lives. So both in terms of like literal Hyperland setup and then also Waybar. Okay, so I think I finally get what the JIT stuff is supposed to do. I guess this makes sense. So what else do we need to add? Oh yeah, I need to actually make the JIT. Where does this come from? Oh, it's further down, I think. Alright. So I'm looking for where this lives. This does not help me. What's good, Aiden? How's it going? I see so many unique pointers. I see so many smart pointers. Maybe I should take some time to just implement those, honestly. Like just from scratch. Oh, wait, this is a separate thing? Wait. Oh. Okay, well, I guess that makes sense, but... okay, sure. So where do I add this? Let's put this in compiler, I guess. That's fire, man. Congrats on that. What is this? Yo, this is not particularly helpful, I guess. Okay. Alright, we're just gonna... I think I'm supposed to just steal this right now. Yeah, okay. It looks like I am. So let's just... Sure there's a way to, like, automate this with CMake, but... I'm not going to reinvent the wheel. I'm just going to put it in here. H. Wait, what? That's not ideal. Where does this come from? This is main. Okay, well, I might have to steal a specific version of this. Can I just steal the LVM21 one? Where does this come from again? LVM source. That's not helpful. LVM examples kaleidoscope include. Okay. Examples. What should I do for next project? Honestly, I feel like you could probably steal the implementing smart pointers idea. I feel like they're probably pretty important to know just in C++. You could also just like re-implement a lot of the standard library even. If you want something that's like actually like resume interesting, I guess you could join the compiler train as well. Text editor could be interesting as well, but that seems like a pretty large ramp up in difficulty. Okay, so this is not different at all, which is a very big problem, actually. Yeah, pre-commit's probably not a bad idea as well. Just like get everything. It's like just like the general project infrastructure stuff built out. You could also probably mess around with like Conan or something. Just like some sort of build management tool. Yeah, that's fair. I feel like it's pretty hard to like match the same scale at least. I think the easiest way that in terms of like I guess like in terms of like pragmatically trying to match its impact on a resume. I think the best way to go about it is like something that you can benchmark pretty clearly. So just like making your own implementation of something that already exists. And then not really sure where to go from there, but that'd probably be like a good spot to at least start looking. Maybe like some obscure CLI tool, just like rewrite it in something that doesn't suck. Or like another idea is a bunch of Python libraries are just native Python when they could be more performant if you wrote them in like C or C++. So you could probably like try that even. Or at least like a subset of it. Maybe the whole thing might be a little bit tough, but could be worth looking at. Yeah, I think a good one is like whatever the graph library was, like NetworkX. I think this is just native Python if I remember correctly. Let's live here. Yeah, like this is just straight native Python, so this might be an interesting one to look at. I think it checks all the boxes that you want as well, because then you also literally get to literally work on graphs, so that could be fun. Yeah, I mean, it looks like there is just a lot, but you could probably just tackle a subset, yeah. Even just like basic functionality with a couple of types. You'd have to reconcile the differences between like the way Python handles types and the way any other language does, but I feel like that would be fun at least. There'd be a lot of learning. This not being found does not help me. Oh, wait. Wait a second. Alright, this pop-up just lives here now. That's cool. LVM config? Aha, there we go. I need that. Alright, let's see if this links. Ah, okay. R dynamic. I don't know where that lives, but okay, well, I guess I'm not calling the thing yet, huh? Yeah. Hey, it looks like it did not change anything. Okay, well, okay, that's unlucky, I guess. Okay, well. we'll see what happens. If there's issues here, then, well, so be it, I guess. What was I gonna include again? Oh, right. Okay. That's not where we want to be. We want to be here. And then where do we need this? I guess I need this as a global. So I can do initialize JIT. Let's put this in here. I know I should rename this to like global or something, but whatever. I'll do that probably in 2 days once it starts bothering me. Wait. Aha, I see the problem now. I was pulling from LVM 21. We are on LVM 20 here. So let's go steal this again, but this time from the correct place. It's 20.x, right? Yeah. Let's go to here. I think this is where it's lived. Examples. Yeah. Okay. Shout out by kaleidoscope. Include. Okay. And yeah, there we go. 2 years old. Okay. This diagnostic pop-up thing is definitely something. I'll have to figure out how to resolve that at some point. Let's include that, and then I foresee myself needing to separate out the JIT initialization stuff. So we're gonna do this here. Oh, these variable names are starting to annoy me actually, because they're not consistent, but I'll deal with that some other time. For now, we'll keep chugging along with this, I guess. So, VM initialize. All right. Where do these come from? It looks like I'm not the only person that's had difficulty looking for this. VM support target select? Yeah, there we go. So we need initialize native. Initialize native target. And then the assembly printer and the assembly parser. What else do we need? This stuff is done. This is done. We need to make the JIT. We make a unique of that. We need to include memory. I think that's everything, right? What am I missing? This takes a lot of things. Maybe if I open up the LVM 20 docs instead? Docs, LVM. Yeah, LVM 20. So then tutorials. This links to the same place. I'm running Arch right now. This constructor is annoying. how do I? Where's name? It should be down here, right? Yeah. Oh, they moved it somewhere else. Where is the JIT? Oh, that's that's different. That's not what we want. Okay. Okay, so then it goes here. Exit on error. Yeah, I should probably namespace, but expected to. So what type is the JIT? It's a unique pointer. Fun. What? Yeah, some tutorial. Just zoom out. There's no more horizontal scroll bar at least, but then. What? What type is this? The unique point. Oh, I didn't. Did I? No, this exists here. Static shouldn't matter right now. Perhaps to import exit on error. Yeah, okay, that makes sense. Okay, that's what I was missing. There's an exit on error made here. Then, so this is an exit on error. I appreciate it, Adrian. So then this is exit on error. Okay, resolve that. And then, so that's there, and then we need to add this function to here. Yeah, we got stream beats running. It's a nice little stream safe, DMCA safe artist. Because I can't be losing my 0 cents of ad revenue. What else? What else do I need to do? Oh, I need to extern the variables, I think. I'll extern them when I need to. I don't think I need to yet. So then this should be fine. Okay, neat. So we need to set up the data layout for the jet as well. Yeah, it's this line. Then, is there a dependency issue here, or is this just fine? So where are things initialized to? Because if it doesn't exist, I can just like null pointer. Oh, I see. Okay. Okay, so there is no default constructor, it looks like. I guess that doesn't really matter, because if I just have an if that skips initializing it, if it doesn't exist, then I need to initialize it still anyway, if I were to be using the JIT. So I think I just put it in here, and we just assert that the other thing exists. Okay, so C assert. I've actually never used C assert before, so we will see how that goes. So then, actually, I don't think I need it. Yeah, I just need to set data layout, it looks like. Yeah, we'll just do it here. Module. Set data layout. Do I need to import module? I think I need to. Where does module live? IR. Let's just steal it from here. Oh, wait. Wait a second. Layout. What's good, Janine? Okay, this looks good, I think. Do I need to add anything else here? Doesn't look like it. So this JIT exists already. Let me just do a little bit of a print test real quick. LVM. Yeah, I need to extern these. This is the wrong file. Yeah, I need to extern these. So let's put these here, I guess. We need to steal this. Format, okay. Do I need that? Guess not. Okay. Let's just test, because I'm thinking if it's a null pointer, then we can have null pointer specific behavior. Oh wait, I'm overthinking this. I do not need that. I can just put it in the main loop. Yeah, okay. So we want it under run. So we can get rid of this stuff here. It looks like. Okay, this looks like a lot's happening, so I think I should read through this first. So the simple JIT built for these tutorials, sure. Sure. We can add a module. We can look up. We can change the top level section, which is down here. So we can get rid of this. Auto t equals JIT get. Do I import this? Where did that go? Here. So we can get main JIT dilib dynamic lib dot create resource. Ugh. Create resource tracker. Okay. TSM? Oh, thread safe module. Oh no. Oh. Okay, so we move in the module, and then we move in the context, it looks like. And then, okay, exit on error. And then we pass in TSM in the runtime. Okay. What else do we do? And we initialize. Module. Where does this come from? Is this included in here? Oh, yeah. We'll call that again. Okay, so this creates a resource tracker to track the JIT memory allocated. So then we can free it. Okay, that makes sense. And then next we add the anon-expr. We search for the anon-expr symbol. Cast it to the right type. Then we can call it as a native function. And then we can delete it. Okay, sure. So JIT, add module. No, I'm looking at the wrong place. Look up. And this takes an anon-expr. Okay. Why is this not? Oh, wait. Wait, what? Okay. Well, that doesn't particularly help me, unfortunately. So, I guess the full code listing is always just different. Yeah, okay. So we actually just get rid of that, it looks like. Eh? Oh, okay. So returns the double, it takes no args. And then we're calling this FP. Okay, that's what's happening here. Okay, this is where my lack of C++ knowledge is going to show a little bit. Because I don't... What is happening here? Luckily, I know where to look. I literally learned about this just today, actually. I learned about function pointers. How do I go about reading this, though? So FP is a pointer to a function that takes no arguments and returns a double. And that is defined by... Oh lord. Okay. So you get the function's runtime address, and then we turn that into a function pointer. So what does getAddress result in? GetAddress. So that's a target address, which is a okay. I don't particularly know what that means. Like, I know what that means, but I don't... Okay, let's... I guess runtime address, that makes sense. Okay, and then we turn that into a function pointer. Okay. C++ was like the cool thing when I was in high school. Yes. The new hot thing is, well, just LLMs and AI in general. For better or for worse. And also for better or for worse, people interface with it with Python, which it exists. Yeah, there's still some C++ love here and there. There are a bunch of places that C++ is just irreplaceable. Yeah, vibe coding is definitely something. There are places where I feel like it's relevant and it makes sense, but there's also a lot of places where it really shouldn't belong. Okay, so this is what this does. So we can go back here. So we have FP now. Also, it just occurred to me that um that my camera also blocks a whole lot of the code editor, so I'm actually just gonna move that over instead. So it should be fully visible. Actually, why hasn't this been on the left side this whole time? Great. Anyway, f print f stood error. So when we print out evaluated to this floating point value, and this is fp. Wait, remove? Wait, remove is a friend? No, it's not a friend. I might actually just be tripping. We're... I saw the friend keyword once, and I now look for it in any piece of code because it makes me laugh. Okay. So let's read through this again. So all this sets it up, including tracking memory. And then we look for the anon expr symbol. And then we take that address and we turn that into a function pointer. And then we run that function and then we print out what it results in. And then we get rid of it. Okay. Yeah, this makes a whole lot of sense. Alright. If parsing code didn't succeed, the next step is to add the module containing the top level expression to the JIT. Call add module, which is here. Which triggers codegen for all the functions in the module, and it takes a resource tracker, which can be used to remove the module later. Once the module has been added, it can't be modified, so we open a new module. The whole subsequent code, not this. It's this. That makes sense. Once we've added the module to the JIT, we need to get a pointer to the final generated code. Okay. And then, so that's what the pointer to that is. And we're not asserting it because it got mad at me when I asserted it. So then we get the in-memory address of it by calling get address on it. We compile into a self-contained LVM function. Okay. And because the compiler matches the native ABI, you can just cast the result pointer into a function pointer. That's really cool. Clink. Whatever that means. No. Like I know what that means, but I guess I don't have context as to whether that is impressive or not. So there's no difference between JIT compiled code and native machine code that's statically linked. I guess that is cool at least. Finally, since we don't support reevaluation of top-level expressions, we remove the module from the JIT when we're done to free the associated memory. Recall that the module we created a few lines earlier up here is still open and waiting for new code to be added. Okay, that makes sense now. Okay. Maybe I should have kept the code that does that, but actually that's a very quick fix. The top level expression. Now let's try making it. I suspect something is gonna break, and it's gonna be really funny when it does. Understandably, that the LLVM CPP is a little bit chunky. Admittedly, so is the parser. Let's run this. 4 plus 5. Uh-oh. That's not supposed to happen. What do I need to add? There was that little thing up here somewhere. Add R dynamic. I think I need that, yeah. System libs? Let's go to the CMake lists. What else do we need to add? R dynamic. Where do we put this? Clang R dynamic. Interesting search completions there. How old is this question? This is 2014. Okay. What does this do? Oh, this blog is nice. Wait a second. Exploring? Oh, that's less interesting. Okay. So I should put it in the flags. I think here. Okay, yeah. So let's try 4 plus 5 again. And it still doesn't find it. Okay. Hmm. CMake R dynamic. Oh, it's not a library, huh? Kaleidoscope. Public, I guess. Let's give this a try. Okay, it's still not working. How tough is the market right now? Someone who's actively seeking a role. So I guess the preface to this is that I'm still in like intern role seeking land. So that I think that sets a, I don't know if it sets a ceiling or a floor on, I guess, my perspective, but it at least has some effect on my take on it at least. It's hard for me to really gauge what the market really is like right now. I'd say it definitely feels very punishing um just because of the sheer number of applicants nowadays, especially with how much CS and CS adjacent degrees have grown. But also some of that sentiment is also counterbalanced by me just generally getting smarter and I think building up my resume to be at least more employable. So I think like the market is still quite rough at least. Especially given like there's that one New York Times article, I think, right? MIT CS major. Yeah, this one. This one that went viral on like LinkedIn or whatever. Yeah, it's just like I think this article was like generally pretty true, but I also think people generally make it out to be worse than it is. So I guess like putting everything together, I would say the market is bad, but not as bad as people are claiming to make it out to be. And realistically, it doesn't really change what I would need to do anyway. Like, if the market were better, I would still be spending my time just learning more about writing code and software development, and just grinding LeetCode as well. So, yeah, I guess that's my general 2 cents. That was a little bit of a brain dump, but yeah. So this still doesn't. Let's see. Studying CSE and decide to switch towards aero engineering. It's not really about how smart you are, honestly. I think it is just a product of hours and dedication. It's like there's a whole meme about how like software devs are like, oh yeah, I don't know what I'm doing, I just use Stack Overflow, or like now then I guess the version nowadays is just I don't know what I'm doing, I use ChatGPT. And like people joke about it, but it really is just true. That's not to say that like it's easy or anything, but like it's definitely it feels a lot like anyone can do it provided they have I guess the discipline and the heart for it. Compared to like for me at least, like what turned me away from like the broader engineering fields was like I am quite bad at math, actually, of all things. So it's a wonder I'm surviving here in CS, but like the skill set truly is just completely different, in my opinion. On Expert. VM JIT cannot find Anon Expert. Ah, looks like I'm not the only person that's struggling to find this. Private? Maybe I do put our dynamic here. Our dynamic here? Let's try rebuilding it. Also felt like I was forcing myself sometimes to be in CS. Yeah, I think that's fair. If if it's not something that you're truly passionate about, I think it is very hard to survive in the current job market, at least. It's just I don't want to be so I guess reductionist as to make it seem equivalent to med school, but in a similar they're similar in the sense that you have to I think nowadays you have to truly enjoy what you're working on to break into the software engineering scene, at least. The article is just that I showed earlier was just factually correct about easy CS degree into high paying job pipeline being dead nowadays, I think. Let's just throw this into chat at this point. Oh, wait, do I need to rename that? No, I don't. Let's see how kaleidoscope works now. Okay, well that's messed up. That's quite messed up. We have to actually change it in the thing. That's why. So this lives in parser, I think. There we go. It's in here. So now we wait. Once more. Also, for everyone that's viewing right now, just a small question. When you clicked on the stream, did YouTube spit out an ad at you? Because I was looking at monetization, and some people are saying that YouTube monetizes your videos and just takes the revenue anyway if you don't enable monetization. So that would imply that they're running ads. So I'm curious as to if they're actually doing that. Because I currently am not eligible for monetization, let alone, I guess, by extension, I don't have monetization on. Student premium, fair enough, honestly. 4 plus 5 now should work. There we go. Okay. So many discrepancies. It's up to you if you want to do that. It's not that big of a deal, though. I didn't get anything. Okay, cool. Reddit is feeding disinformation, I suppose, per usual. Dump of the function shows that. This demonstrates very basic functionality, but can we do more? Def test func. Test func 510. Aha! And then it fails. Interesting. Yeah, I see what you're saying about earlier. It's definitely an investment. It's very difficult to go back to college. Yeah, that's fair. I'd also argue you don't even need a CS degree if you wanted to get back into it. I guess, like, it's one of those things where I don't think, like, school name really matters that much, let alone the degree, just because the skills are so readily buildable from the internet. The big thing is just, like, having connections nowadays, which I guess makes sense given how every every profession is turning more and more into business, which sucks, but I mean, it is what it is. The call looks valid, so what happened? Module is a unit of allocation. For the same module. Put the anonymous expression in a separate module. I'm gonna put every function in its own module. Wow. Functions can be added more than once. Look up a symbol, always return the most recent definition. Ah. Great. Gone to coding from 5M, Roblox, MC, Java Dev. I knew someone who got hired by Microsoft because of their projects. Yeah, exactly. Like, most of the education that I'm getting, even just, like, I think the fact that I've learned more streaming than I have in, like, I guess it'd be disingenuous to say, like, the last quarter I took, because I did learn a lot, but that's definitely, like, the outlier, and I'd safely say that even just in this, like, past week, almost 2 weeks now of streaming, I've learned more than I have in a solid third of my quarters, I think. And, like, part of that is just, like, the churn of school being kind of inevitable. Part of that is because I'm admittedly not a great student when it comes to things that I don't find immediately applicable to me, and I'm trying to work on that, and I should probably write a blog post about that somewhere, sometime. That's probably going to be something that I add to the list of things I want to do, but yeah. The point is, it feels like a lot of the education is just very self-studyable. Oh, this is annoying. Okay, great. Okay. Okay. So we make, does get function exist? Does not, but I think we need it here. Actually, we can. No, we can put this in here. We're just gonna separate this out a little bit more, so it's a little bit easier for me to parse mentally. Not void. LVM function, get function. This is the pointer. This takes function name. So we check if the function exists. If not, we check if we can cogen it. And then if no existing prototype exists, return null. Okay, cool. So if auto f equals module, this is big M, function name, return f. What is fi? What is that supposed to represent? Go to OSU and they offer a pilot program, and that's what sold the deal. Yeah, that's fair. I think I feel like the nice thing about the modern age is that like jobs are so flexible. Jobs and education are, I guess, like flexible in the sense that it's never too late to start learning things. So there's always at least some semblance of a backup plan. It's just a question of like what you're willing to work on. Function protos. Where does that come from? Oh. Well, that's another thing to another stick in this giant dam, this giant beaver dam of global variables, I guess. Let's just put it here. Oh, this is a mouthful. String, a map from string to prototype AST unique pointers. Is there gonna be some like circular dependency thing happening here? I don't think it should be a problem, right? This is the CPP file. Oh, we'll cross that bridge when we get there. Stuff is function protos dot find name. F is not. Okay, this makes sense. If we can't, then we just null pointer. So F's not photos.end. Turn. Oh, iterate. I see. F iter. Iterator second. And then cogen. And then otherwise we return null pointer. Okay. Alright. I'm gonna take a quick bathroom break because I've been staying more hydrated than I usually do. So yeah, it'll be a quick minute. I'll be right back. In the meantime, my sister is playing piano downstairs. If you're listening to the stream right now, you're obligated to clap for her. All right, I'm back. All right. So we have this done. We need to add function, the global module lookup table here, and then under cogen here, we need to do that. To enable this, we'll start by adding a new global. Okay, well, usually reading below these, I feel like helps. So maybe I should have done that, but yeah. So start by adding a new global function protos that holds the most recent prototype for each function. We'll also add a convenience method, get function, to replace calls to get function. That makes sense. So we search the module. If it exists, we get that. Otherwise, we generate a new declaration. Okay, that makes sense. Okay, sure. So we have the helper. When we need to... Oh yeah, this will be a little bit circular, I think, right? No, this just imports the headers. So this is fine. As long as the headers aren't circular, it's fine. Yeah, because this, yeah. replace this with get function. And then Kali. And then under CodeGen, what do you do here? To update the map first, then call get function. Okay, that seems fair enough. So this is also at the top here. So we get the proto reference, and then function protos. Where does this? Oh, it's... Wait, no, I don't get where this is. Oh, I literally just made it. That's where it's from. I need to export this function, I think. Or no, not the function, the map. So we need to put it here. Let's put it here and then extern it. But now we're gonna have a circular thing. So we're gonna make function ast a thing here. Or not function, prototype. Prototype ast here. C to A. Okay, it doesn't let me change to big A. Wait, no, C to A. There we go. Prototype ast. It's a class, I think. How's the Northwestern campus? I've heard there's not much to do at times. Yeah. It's definitely way smaller than the OSU campus, because I remember just like crossing the OSU campus just like a month or two ago, because I was in Columbus for my internship, and yeah, definitely the OSU campus felt way larger. The Northwestern campus is like 15 minutes corner to corner, so it's definitely way smaller. There is a lake, but beyond that, that's about it. All the interesting stuff really is just in Chicago proper. Maybe I should just import this circularly. ast.h. This won't cause any problems, right? It doesn't look like it's causing any problems. Yeah, okay, we're fine then. Yeah, that directionality is a little bit funny, actually. Oh, maybe I should have made it a field here, huh? That would have been smart. Proto dot get name. Proto. So you move proto there, and then LVM function f equals. Oh, now we do this. Get proto. Get function. And we pass in p dot get name. And then if it's a null pointer, then we return null pointer. Located around High Street, so I get all the views of accidents in typical Ohio traffic. Yeah, that seemed like the general vibe. It just seemed like, I don't really know how to describe it. I feel like Columbus as a whole just felt like a very practical place to live. Why do you decide to pick LVM immediately? It's not simple and is bloated. I guess there's a couple of reasons. The first is that I've built at least a compiler before, so I'm like somewhat familiar with I guess the high level ideas. Second, a lot of projects I want to work on involve LLVM, just for like research. So the big thing that's holding me back right now is just literally LLVM knowledge. So I figured that at least the kaleidoscope tutorial would probably be a good place for me to begin learning about it at least. The way that I'm sort of the sort of way I'm visualizing learning about LLVM is just like, as I need things, I learn about things. And I think the kaleidoscope tutorial so far has been a pretty reasonable introduction to it. Because like it is pretty much just the front end. Good luck with the LLVM documentation, it's very huge. Yeah, I've already experienced that a little bit. I'm quite lucky that a lot of it is indexed into ChatGPT though, I will say that. I feel like if it weren't for that, I would be completely dead in the water right now. Start by adding global that. Oh yeah, I read this already. We need to update handle definition, handle extern. I think that generating an elf image is way easier than learning LVM. That's probably fair, yeah. Yeah, I could probably see that. That doesn't really solve the issue of just literally needing to understand the ecosystem better for research purposes. Because this upcoming year I'm going for my master's, and part of that will be a thesis. So I think there's a pretty good chance that at least all the stuff that our research group has been working on, there's a pretty good chance that I'll be at least contributing to some part of that, and all of that is very heavily intertwined with LLVM. Okay, handle definition, handle extern. I guess we have different paths here. I value simplicity and methods that just work. That's very fair. At the end of the day, I feel like I should as well, but I think there is at least some necessity for understanding the complexity before I can really appreciate or I guess comprehend the simplicity. And like there is some sloppiness here and there that is derived from me just wanting some parts that just work. Like my CMake list is completely ChatGPT'd because I don't particularly care to, I guess, get into the nitty gritty of why some things in here work. But yeah, I guess currently the focus of me understanding things is just looking at LLVM. This complexity is not intended and it's just extra overhead. I guess that's probably fair to some degree. Realistically, I guess like I wouldn't really be creating a front end for anything. I guess just because like the most sane way to really, I guess, get to LLVM is just to compile the C and then use Clang for the rest. But I feel like it's at least still important for me to at least have some idea of how this works under the hood. So we need to update handle definition and handle extern. How does your language's syntax look like? This is just Kaleidoscope, so it's the LLVM tutorial. If I can pull the landing page. So it's a very simplified language, at least. I mean, yeah, I don't think there's too much to explain. That is like literally just what the tutorial provides. In terms of like previous stuff I've worked on, the input languages have been, the source languages have been something C-like and Rust. Yeah, this looks very Python, juiced up Python like. The white space isn't significant though, so it is just like very much a simple language to start with. I need to get a parser. So handle definition, which I skipped. Lol. So it's up here. And need to add module. Yeah, it kind of looks like that. Yeah, exactly. I think there's some other features that are supposed to be added at some point, like mutable variables, user-defined operators. Yeah, we have unary bang. Yeah. Why is this a hard problem? Anyway, I'll cross that bridge in 2 weeks. 2 weeks? 1 week? Eventually. Sometime in the future. What do we need to add here? We need this stuff. Okay. Is it here? So I want to transfer the JIT, or transfer the function to the JIT and open a new module. That makes sense. So JIT, add module. It's the module and the context. I've written a simple compiler before for my own language that's stack-based. There's no variables as in C. Like languages where you could refer to memory space by an identifier. Oh, it's like... Okay, yeah, that makes sense. I feel like the implementation of that, I can imagine that, like, at least working with the language definitely takes a lot of brain power, but I feel like the compiler implementation would be a little bit, I guess a little bit simplified. Signed here. Yeah, okay, that makes sense. Is there another silent change that was made that I missed? Simpler than a C-like language, yeah. It didn't even have expression syntax. You had to push values onto the stack, perform binary unit operations. That makes sense, yeah. Is this language brainfuck? Okay, so obviously looking this up is not very helpful. Fourth. Oh, I see. Okay. That makes sense. Yeah, that seems pretty neat, yeah. Thread safe. What do you think about orangutans? I think they're neat. Chimpanzees are also quite neat. I'm a big fan. Thank you, I appreciate it. I will spread the word about the greatness of orangutans and chimpanzees wherever I end up. The tutorial lied to me. Wait, no, it didn't lie to me. I'm just blind. I see. Sound that. Red safe module. Not stood. LVM. There we go. For example, that 3435 plus is valid syntax. That makes sense. That's really cool. I guess that seems very close to the metal in terms of language functionality. Are you using Linux? Yes, I'm running Arch. This formatting looks a little bit ugly, but sure. And then we need to initialize, pass, initialize module, I guess. So handle definition, we do that. Extern, we just need to add it to function protos. Okay. As long as the code is readable, trying to remove ugliness out of it is a waste of time. That's fair. But I mean, on the other hand, given the fact that I'm running Arch and using NeoVim and have some semblance of styling on my tmux, I feel like wasting time is kind of a foregone conclusion at this point. Function protos at proto ast. Yeah. I mean, fair enough. Like, I feel like it's, at least it's like valid to waste a little bit of time as long as like I'm honest with myself about it. Yeah, exactly. What is proto ast? AST. That's what I called it. Okay, that makes sense. So move AST there. Yeah, I use Arch, by the way. Check out my hyperland.files. Okay, that should be good. The smiley face followed by the colon here gives me a little bit of humor. Alright, cheers, man. Thanks, you too. So this should be good. Then we make so we should be really close to done with this actually. Yeah, I know I've been going for more than 2 hours, but I'm like so close to finishing this that I may as well just get it all the way. Fu x plus 1. Uh-oh. That's not supposed to happen. That's not supposed to segfault. Part of Yonk, thanks, appreciate it. Why is it segfaulting? It should not segfault. So this is in the function definition. Am I forgetting to initialize something? I think that's what's happening at least. Initialize the JIT. Ah, I see. It's this little thing, I think. We'll just put this up here for now. Okay. Oh wow, I can't type. Okay, Still seg faulting. I think I'd need that anyway, but fun fact, I chose engineering because I couldn't do comp sci. That's fair. I chose CS because I can't do engineering, so it's just different skill sets at the end of the day. Like everyone jokes about like which major is better, but really they're all just different skill sets. I should have the brain of a CS major though, low-key. No. Trust me, no. It's a whole lot of brain damage all across. Let's not initialize. Where's the seg faulting at least? Maybe I look in here. Error. Let's change that, and let's change that. Got here 3 is redundant, actually. I don't think I needed to clean build it, but I figured it doesn't hurt, so I may as well. I like your hair color, thank you. It's been purple for about a year now. Yeah, it's very eccentric. It's very Squid Game Thanos. Okay, stream dropped for a second, but we should be back. Okay. Okay, we're good. It's not even getting here. What am I forgetting? Is in here? Let's give this a try. Okay, we got here 1. So somewhere in here. Oh, I might have forgotten to extern something even. That doesn't make sense. makes sense. Okay, so it's an initialize module. Presumably. Make unique, kaleidoscope. Set data layout. Did I get rid of that? Does that work still? Because I think I know what's happening actually. Let me just if JIT is not. If JIT exists, then we do this. Okay, well that's still segfaulting. So there, got here one. What's your OS? It's just straight Arch. It's Arch with Hyperland. Okay, we got here too. And then where's this going wrong? Let's hit a slash n there. Let's just keep pasting these here. Is that NeoVim? Yeah. Featuring the hard time NVim that stops me from reinforcing bad habits that I keep doing anyway. Oh, okay. It's the semicolon parsing. It's getting through all of this. So let's get rid of that. Wait, that doesn't make sense. Wait. fprintf, stder, got here. How did you learn programming? Just a lot of school and a lot of just making a lot of personal projects. So I went through like our intro sequence, and then from there, I continued to take classes, and then I also just made some personal projects. And I think I think the combination of those has done the most for my development as a programmer. Got here one. Okay, so it's in the parsing loop, which is strange because it wasn't doing that before. I feel like my print logs are gaslighting me or something. One. Good to see you're still here. Oh, interesting. Okay. So it's getting here. Okay, should be something in here then, right? Let's change this to def. So we know that runs. Make. Default. So it's somewhere in here. We can get rid of these. Should keep that one. Let's steal this. Let's put this in here. Do you play video games? Contrary to popular belief, I do actually. Although I guess the amount I play is going down over time. There was a very large period last year where I played a whole lot of Valorant, and now I am limited to a Linux machine. So not only am I incapable of playing Valorant, but I have never been happier. Have you ever made mods? I haven't written any for Minecraft at least. I feel like I would recall if I did. I don't think I've written mods. But there might have been like some small scripting things I've done here and there. How do you balance the day? I don't. That's something I'm still trying to learn. AST code gen. Okay, it has to be in here then. Let's just preemptively look in AST. How do you go to sleep at night? I don't. I go to sleep in the morning. My sleep schedule is quite terrible. Sorry if I'm being annoying, you're not. It's fun to yap about things. Okay, so it is there. It keeps my brain, I guess, from going insane. There's a whole lot of seg faults to stare at. So it should be in, where did I say that was? It was in AST, top level expert code gen. Wait, top level makes a function. That is what it does. This is a function AST. Okay. There's something wrong here. Function AST code gen. I feel like I'm being lied to somewhere here. Do you have any pets? No, but I want pets. I want multiple cats. And maybe a couple ferrets. Cats are cutest? Yep. Get rid of this now, I think. Good to know. I will continue investigating orangutans after the stream. I feel like it would be unethical to own an orangutan, though. That might be a bit of a problem. What happens if I just comment this out? I should be print debugging in here, actually, now that I think about it. Yeah, that is factually true. A funny fact that I learned recently, not even recently, just like last year, in some states in the US, it is legal to own a pet raccoon. But you need to get a license for it or something, which I thought was kind of interesting. Surely we narrow down where the seg fault was occurring. Okay, so we got here 5, which doesn't help me. Okay, so that didn't change anything. Actually, we can get rid of this even. I'm about to go to college next year to do comp sci, but it's called BICT. Tried to learn code, understand when read, but can't implement anywhere. Yeah, it really is just a lot of learning by doing. Like I can't say that I wasn't in a similar place to begin with. Like everyone begins like that. Um, the way you get better at writing code is, for better or for worse, it's just to write more of it, and that is also part of why I am streaming here. The primary trading market is pretty dark. Yeah, that does seem quite unfortunate. I imagine a lot of other um, illegal / endangered animal based industries are also very brutal, very grotesque. Enough to standard error, stood error. Should put one here. Let's put one here. Let's put one here. Let's give one of these a name. +1. Oh, okay. We got somewhere. So it's going wrong somewhere in here. I imagine it's this evaluation that's going wrong. So F arg size? F exists at this point. But proto was moved, it looks like. Aha. Yeah, take care, man. Take it easy. How many years did it take you to reach this level? I'm going into my 4th year of college. But in terms of like actually having written like real code, I think this is like my 2nd or 3rd year of like writing code proper. Code that is non-trivial. Oh, I see what's happening. Int num args equals. So we need to keep this up here, I believe. Oh wait, no. We need P here. Get ours. There we go. This should be good then, I think. Okay, so then let's give this 1+1, and it's still seg faults. Interesting. Okay, let's put another. Fprintf. Got here. F arg size. Then let's put in a p get args dot size. Yeah, this is definitely gonna error. Or not error, just warning. Yeah, that's fine. Wait, am I? have got here. Let's put 2 more here. I think we're pretty close to finding where the bug is. Got here 2, got here 3. Okay, well that doesn't help me. That's very not helpful, as a matter of fact. Ew, wait, I see what's happening now. I'm still using proto down here. So this is in function AST codegen. So I believe from here we should just use F, I believe. Or no, it's this one that matters. So then auto args equals new args equals proto, not proto, because that's what's causing the error. P dot get args. Actually we could move this up even. We can change this stuff out to new args dot size. So then go down here, we can change to the dot new args dot size, change to that, and then new args I. There we go. New big A. Okay, I think that should be everything. That really should be everything. That looks like it's everything. And there we go. Okay. We're back on track, finally. After that little excursion. Okay. So def foo x, the body is x plus 1. Foo 2. And this should evaluate to 3. Yep, okay, nice. Def. Okay. Interesting. Okay. So then extern sine of x, extern cosine of x, sine of 1.0. Oh, it evaluates. Ah, okay, that makes sense. Whoa, how does the JIT know about sine and cosine? Oh, interesting. So this is defined within JIT, the address space. So it just patches it, and these are standard math library. Okay, that's really cool. And we can do this in theory. Interesting. Okay. Are you building your own compiler? So there's sort of like two parts to this. First is that this thing is following LLVM's tutorial, which is um, I guess LLVM is like the big compiler infrastructure that I'm interested in learning about. So I'm following their tutorial to build a simple compiler, and then externally to this, I'm also working on a separate compiler, which goes directly from C code to from C to assembly, without using LLVM, just so I can be more familiar with the algorithms. So our kaleidoscope implementation works. So I've completed all of part 4, so next time we go with part 5, which adds control flow, which should be quite interesting, because I believe we have to add more basic blocks to get that to work. So get status. Let's add this. Actually, we can just... And we call this JIT support. Yeah. So I think that's the big file for today. Next time I'm gonna double check as to whether I guess the file input stuff that I built last time still works, and if it doesn't work, then I'll fix it and make it work, and I'll also double check that it applies optimizations properly. Yeah, and then as time permits, I will move on to part 5 of the tutorial next time, hopefully. At this pace, it seems like a little bit of a stretch, but we'll see what happens. So yeah, I'm gonna go get dinner now. It's like almost 8 o'clock, so I'm quite hungry. If you've sticked around for this long, make sure you like and sub. So like the VOD, subscribe to my channel, connect with me on LinkedIn, and follow me on GitHub. And I'll schedule tomorrow's stream right after I finish eating. It should be around the same time as today. I don't think that's gonna change, at least for the next couple of days. If you know anyone that can refer me anywhere, please send my resume their way. And yeah, that's about it. Thank you all for being here. Take care. Take it easy.